He has been a county supervisor for 18 years, and before that, a San Diego City Council member for 2 terms. Supervisor Ron Roberts, chair of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, joins me now for a sneak peek of the State of the County address he will deliver this Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here.
Nice to be with you.
I want to get to the state of the county, but first, you can't escape the stadium debate these days. We hear a lot of elected officials talking about a regional solution, and one might assume that means they want money from the county. Where do you stand on this?
Well, first of all, everybody wants money from the county, but Supervisor Jacob and I, along with Mayor Sanders, have been meeting quietly on this for almost 3 years maybe now to look at what are the options. How can we bring forth to the taxpayers of the whole region a really solid plan? And I would remind you, it was this partnership that put the original stadium in Mission Valley together, what is known as Qualcomm today. But in the 60s that was built. It was a partnership between the city of San Diego and the county of San Diego. There's reason to cooperate. I would like to see this happen because there's a lot of benefit that could be brought well beyond just the Chargers if we do this right.
So can you give us a hint? I mean, is it quite literally county money that would go into this project?
Well, we are looking at how that could happen. We're going to be presented with some actual financial information within the next couple weeks, and we don't have the details of it now. We're looking at how does perhaps a stadium generate revenues that we don't have today that we could then take and plow back into getting a stadium built. So it's like taking something, you create value, and you use that value to create the thing you want, in this case, a stadium.
Now, there was some debate generated a couple weeks ago about a proposal put forth by the UT San Diego, Doug Manchester, John Lynch, new owners of the paper, and this was really a massive development. It was a new stadium, an arena, and also more convention center space along the waterfront. I know you're an architect. I know you have a keen interest in our waterfront. What did you think of that proposal?
Well, I'll be honest. I was excited about this. Now, this is it's a conceptual idea, and I see a lot of people kind of nitpicking over it. But it isn't to the point where you should be looking at big picture. Their big picture is if we put it there, you can surround it with enhanced public spaces, park-like spaces. You can include and get better utilization out of your facility by making it closer and far more accessible for convention-related activities, and you can marry it to an expanded convention center. There's a lot to like in this, and I have a lot of friends in the hotel-motel industry, and I know they've expressed some concerns. They say all the space has to be contiguous. I was at a conference in Orlando this past year. Orlando has the second largest convention facilities in the country, and they're separated by almost a quarter mile apart. I think this deserves a real airing. I want to make sure that we don't get so locked in that we destroy the opportunity to get a stadium, but I think that this proposal really deserves to be heard.
Now, I want to switch topics to food stamps because, as you know, you've been a supervisor for a long time here. Your administration took a lot of heat for low participation rates in terms of food stamp participation. Back in 2006, the number was about 83,000. I think we ranked last in a survey of large cities. It's increased. It's actually now, in 2006, it was 83,000 participants. Now that number's grown to 236,000. Increase of it's almost doubled, 185%. Also, though, according to the Food Research Action Center, only 40% of income-eligible households in San Diego County still get the benefits. So you've made a lot of progress, but still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, and I wouldn't argue with that at all. Supervisor Cox and I put together a working group to say, how do we get this system to be far more efficient and be able to reach the people in a far greater way? Your numbers, and I wasn't aware of that number. I know in the last 2 years, we have 65% increase. And in fact, November to December last year, in 1 month, we saw a 9% increase. We have changed dramatically how we can qualify people, the number of places, how we can reach them. And we're seeing the results. We've added a lot of new employees to make this happen. And we've still got a lot of things that we need to do. So we're not at the end, but I think we're clearly going in the right direction. People who are eligible should have an opportunity, and we we would like to see them avail themselves.
I have one last question on the record, a yes or a no. Assemblyman mayoral candidate Nathan Fletcher introduced legislation last week that would put a hold on the $1 registration fee collected for the SAFE, the call box program, because there's a $12 million surplus. Do you support that legislation, yes or no?
No, I don't. The future of motorist aid is going to require that we have some significant dollars to invest in San Diego. And it's funny, whenever we have a governmental agency that works good, the state wants to take the money.
Okay, Supervisor Ron Roberts, thanks for being here.
Nice to see you.